And some greens. There's not many greens. So let's get the shield up, let's get walking, and we need power as well, so... Jesus. Gotta get some blues, and that is a wasted go. Put the shield up. I can't repair it because we haven't got enough. One person in the room, hello, whoever that is. And I am testing out the iPad connection on, I don't know if it's to do with the 3.5 firmware that I've been invited to, because I'm using that as well. So I can see your comments on my iPad, so if you want to say anything, if you can hear me okay first, just drop us a comment and hopefully you'll see it on the iPad. That was a good hit. That should be okay. When I start a new game of this, because I'm in the middle of one, I will aim to try and fill you in on exactly what this game is. It's something I am addicted to and cannot stop playing. It is just fantastic. It is one of the best Puzzle Quest-esque kind of games I've played in a long time, because it's big, because it's complex, it's massive. Now I can start repairing that as well. Hopefully I should do this unless he pulls out an absolute cracking go. But if you look at his shield and his walking, it's really high up, so let's try and get an attack in straight away. See if we can knock some off. It's not much. Oh, that was a wasted go as well, but I've got two more, so the board is really crap, so I'm having to go and try and clear some, and that's just coins. Oh yeah, that'll do though. That could be a good one. So it's got plenty of power, so I can raise my shields. Why have I just had damage? Oh, I know why, because I bet I'm overheating. Damn. This is going to be closer than I thought. I could die here. I mean, and I've only got this turn to beat him, because I've only got 10, so I need to get some power, which is blue. So let's get some blue on the board. Now let's get some green on the board, but I'm thinking, yeah, let's get these greens. And now I can do a double, so if I do... I need purples though, can't risk it. I've got to attack. What does that do? Doubles the value of the next node, which is brilliant, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to go and get the purples, which should, hopefully... Oh, I'm not going to do it. This needs to kill him or it's all over, and I don't think it's going to do it. Unless, shall I waste some of my green on power-ups for my weapon and then fire it? That could work. Fingers crossed. Here we go. No, it's not enough. Oh, I've got another one. Come on. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna get away with it.
Hello, Todd. Can hear you fine, and hopefully you can read this.
I can, and I've also remembered I've actually got the robot voice in my ear as well, so I can actually see your comments on my iPad, which is brilliant, because I'm connected, because I'm on the 3.50 tonight. Now I've died there, so I can start from scratch, and I will give you a walkthrough from the beginning of how this is. But guess what? My stupid iPad that I comment on the show with and keep switching off has just switched off, so I could be totally without the iPad, because it looks like it's crashed the PlayStation app as well. So yeah, it's crashed the app, so this is my iPad. However, guys, I was going to save it for the show, but I have got a new iPad. Well, I say a new iPad, a crappy second-hand iPad coming. Let me try and connect this this app again so I can see your comments. No, it's gone off again. I can't tell you. This is how many times my iPad's gone off, by the way. It's gone off once, I've just gone off again. Let's try to connect to you guys. Here we are, second screen, we're back on. No idea what's wrong with it. I think it's linked to the power button, what I've said. So hopefully, guys, I can actually now see your comments. So if you want to put them on, it's back on, but God knows how long it's going to stay on for. Anyway, let me try and start from the beginning. I could play the tutorial, actually. Shall I play the tutorial? Then you guys will see that. That could be a better option. I'm going to play the tutorial, and I will stay quiet. Then it saves me explaining things. But here we go. I might even learn something myself. So, just thought I'd tell you that all the games I've got this week, which include Far Cry, Flame in the Flood, got the PlayStation Plus games, got Xenoblades to go back to. Of all them games I've got this week to get through for the show, this can't drag me away. I just absolutely am addicted to this game because it is so brilliant, so clever. I just love it. Absolutely love it. So anyway, let's quickly do... There's a bit of a story going. I mean, the story's it's not really relevant to what it is. It's like set in Victorian kind of times, but I am going to skip it because I want you to get to the crux of the game. And by the way, the screen's gone off, so if you do type a question, it's going to be a robot voice in my ear. So if I do miss it, apologies. I might ask you to repeat it again. So let's get on with it. It's quite good. So as you can see, we kick off kind of puzzle quest in the middle, which you will see in a minute. And basically it starts off like this. I won't bother reading this, but I'll quickly fly through it. Come in, Commander Powell, are you alright? I hear, who is this? Do you not remember? This is Lord Buckler, your commanding officer of the head of the Consortium of Merit. Come now, we've known each other for nearly a decade. I fear I have taken quite a knock to the head. I remember very little what has happened. It was the French Ares. They've struck several key Consortium and military locations at the same time. We estimate as much as 80% of our Ironcast commanders have been killed. You were caught in the bomb blast, but thankfully, I'm going to skip through these because basically it's going to give you a story to get going, and it's now going to take you through how this game works. So it's a basic puzzle quest mechanic in the middle. That's my mech on the left. The reason I'm really addicted to this game and it's good, yes, it's this mechanic, but what's fantastic about it is there are so many other things to it. It's not just a basic of let's connect three. The actual way you do the collecting is different, which you'll see in a second, but let's start off and get going. So here it is. Let us start by checking your system status. So it's showing you that the weapon A on L1 is the only thing working at the minute. And basically, I'm just going to tell you now what it's about to show you. I've never seen this witnessed again in the game. After this, it's always mechs that you're firing. But it says we can use them to clear the debris of the battlefield out of the way. So first match purple from the grid to supply your weapons. So on this grid, purple is for your weapons. And you have to do at least 3 by moving the left stick. Now you also have to hold the X button whilst doing it. So this is me, look, with the reticle. I press it on any of these, I hold the X and just slide across and then let go. That puts points into my weapons, look, and it's filling it. And it's telling me now I can now spend them by using the weapon lock. So I can spend them straight away, press L1, boom. And I can fire it. There again it's saying I need more, so it's going to have to fill it up again. So we'll just go and fill these up. And we'll fire it again. Just giving you the basic premise that purple is your ammo and it fires L1. Now the second weapon's appeared L2, which is a bit stronger. And for that, and now also this is why it starts getting good luck. So on the left we've got weapons L1, L2, and the ones on the right are for defence. Now the defences and a drive system, they're used defensively in battle, providing much needed protection for your Ironcast, which is your mech thing that I call it. It seems they have been completely wrecked from the bomb blast. Fortunately systems can be repaired. match green nodes, which is repair nodes, and keep matching until you have 10 repair nodes. So here we go. Now what you're going to see here, look, is what I like about this game as well, because I can press and hold X and I can actually take every single last one of these, or nearly last every one of them, by doing that. I'm just wondering, can I go another way and finish it? But anyway, that'll be enough. Let go. It's filled it up to 10, so now I can repair in battle, and over to the left you'll see the triangle flashing. I hold it, press it, and I now can spend some of them repair points on repairing the things that are broken. Look, my defense is broken and my drives are broken. So if I press R2, I have to hold the triangle, by the way, and then press R2. That's spent some of them. It's repaired the defenses. I can also press the drive, and that's spent them 10 points I've collected to repair both them. Now what that will do, it says both defense and drives are operational, but we should test them in time. So here we go. Energy now is important as well. Energy is used to power your defences and drives, much like ammo is used to fire your weapons. So even though we've got defences working, we can't use them unless we've got some drive, which is orange. So it says match orange to fill them. So here we go, we'll fill these, look. And then what you'll see, because I've got power now, the raising of the shields has lit up green, so I can now press R2, and in the top left corner near my character, look, I've got 1 shield point. And that's basically how you add shields to your mech. So here it says, here you can see your current shield strength. Your shields now will absorb 10 damage from each shot from any enemy attack. So here we go. Now let's get you moving. And now, basically, in layman's terms, I'll tell you this. I'm going to spend money on walk, and watch what happens. If I spend it now, it's now going to start. So see, I've got 5% movement speed. Now basically, in the context of the game, the first priority you're going to do is defend your mech with as many shields as you can, but also start moving, because if you're moving and your shields are up, you take a lot less damage. If you are not moving, you will get panned, but if you are actually shielded just on its own, it's okay. But the best way I play the game is to get them both up as well. But I'll play a couple of games because you'll get the gist of how good this game works, as you'll see. And it's just going to explain what I've just explained to you. But don't forget, shields and drives lose energy after every turn. So you see your resources go down. So it's a matter of using it's a matter of collecting resources out the bottom to then use them in your turns, and you get 3 goes. It'll probably show you this in a minute. But anyway, excellent. In condition you should wish to see stats of any system, you can hold down the corresponding button to do so. So if I hold down L2, it probably won't do it now, it'll probably do this. I'll show you that when it gets going. Or is it just going to finish the go? It might finish, or it might actually have a game. Right, I do need to read this because I missed this bit when I played this. Lord Butler, is getting very warm in here. Now my systems are active. I believe my volatile engines are beginning to overheat. And this is one thing I didn't understand earlier. So what is overheating? You must be running low on coolant. Ah, that explains so much. So that is a coolant. I never knew that. I've gone ahead in the game and not figured out what that is. But now I know what that is. Every time you activate the system, you always consume coolant in order to prevent overheating. So, yeah. Pays to listen when you first play it. So obviously I can go and spend all these coolant points, which fills that, and that should keep your engines cool. That's what happens. That's what happened in the end of that previous game. It exploded on its own because I've got no coolant, so it damages every 4 items, which is crucial. You'll obviously see as well, I don't know if it explains it later, but in left hand corner where your character is, you've obviously got, shall I engage? Yes, we're going to engage. I don't know if it's going to right, this is important as well because this is the basic crux of the game. Combat with enemies is turn based. You take it in turns to match nodes, raise defences, launch attacks with your weapons. So we get 3 matches, basically 3 goes in the grid before I can either, well, once the 3 goes are up, I have to press circle and pass it over to their turn. But what I can do, I can use my weapons my defences, my walking. I can repair by pressing triangle even before I finish my 3 goes. So it's a kind of structure that you learn to try and figure out your best way of attack. So you'll probably get it in a minute, because I'll play it for a while. And it's telling you obviously that their health's at 250. And let's see if it's going to let me play on my own, which I think it will. It is. I can probably explain a bit more advanced things to you now that I've learnt in the game. And a couple of things I will do. I don't know if it's going to do it in a minute, which it hasn't. I'll wait for it, so it's going to do it. But anyway, let's kick off. I can already, look, before I've even used one of my goes, I can raise defences or walk. So I'm immediately going to press my shield. And that's finished. But what I have got now is 3 goes, so I can choose which ones to do. So I'm obviously going to use some green repair nodes to fill that up. So you repair that up, but as you see, I've got no power and I've got no weapons. So I'm going to do my orange ones first for power. Now instantly I've got power. You can see I can now raise my shields and walk before my goes ended. So I'm going to walk to fill that up. In fact, I'm going to raise my shields to full power, and now we go. But now I want to spend on purples, which is bullets, and you will see now that when that field, I should be able to fire, and I can. So I've got a choice of either, and what I'll show you now, if I press and hold L1, it shows you about your item. So it's a light cannon, health, it stays alive at 150 health, it does 20 to 22 damage, it fires 5 shots, it's got no splash damage. Now in the bottom it says it's going to use 3 of your ammo, 2 of your coolant, and the average damage at 105. Press L2 and all that. Likewise, again, it shows you all what I've just told you. If I press and hold R1, it should tell you their health, it's 150. It gives you an evasion chance of 5, 10 and 15%, and a maximum level is 3. What I am going to say to you guys, which this is again why this makes this game just fantastic, this is early in the game and you've got really basic weapons and shields. Now when you play the game, you actually get upgrades like an RPG, you get drops, you get different items, which I'm hoping it's going to show you. But anyway, let's kick off and let's try and kill this, and then I can get into the game. So as you can see, L2, I've just fired at it. His defences, he's got no defence, no shield. So L2 is your stronger weapon. But now you see what's happened. I've now run out of energy, so I can't fire, I can't do anything. Now what you can see, and this is another point of repair, I can repair some of my things because they're down. So I'm going to repair my defences, which I'll use R for that, and I'm also going to repair my drive, so that fills them up. Now I just want to say before I hand over the tin, where you've just seen me spend some of them points to do that, that's basically, if you see in the middle of the top of the screen, your drives, your defence, your weapons have also got a separate health bar, which adds up to the total of what your complete health is. So obviously, as they're going down, if one of them goes to 0, you will not be able to use it. So if your defence goes to 0, you will not be able to put a shield up. And later on I'm going to show you a tactic. I think this might explain it in a little minute. In fact, I'll do it because I think it does explain it. So let's just pass the turn over by pressing circle. As you see, this one's put 2 shields up. It's used his turn to put 2 shields up. Now hopefully it's not letting me do it yet, but it's got to. So what shall we fill up? Let's fill orange. What now? I think I'm going to raise my walking one. I can't repair yet. I'm going to use my purple because that is an attack. Now I can do everything. So what I might do before I waste to go, but then again I might as well. No, let's fire. Let's see what damage it does. In fact, it's beat it. It's killed it. So there you are. So after this tutorial, it's the end. So let's just quickly flick through this. You can skip it if you wish. Well, no, there's another one. This one is a bit difficult, and I think it's going to show you the one thing I do want to tell you, which is very, very important. So I tell you what, it's going to tell me to either return to base or stay and fight. And I'm going to stay and fight because I want to show you some other stuff that it might tell you, and then you've basically got the crux of the entire game. So here we go. I'm hoping it's going to tell you the one thing that it's not done yet. This one appears to have a shield. Right, this is where it gets complex. Weaker shots from rapid fires such as lighter cannons are highly effective. So basically, in a nutshell, that big L2 weapon doesn't do well against shields, but the L1 does. Right, so this is the important thing that's really interesting, and I sometimes forget this, and it's crucial, because this is where tactics come in as well. Again, yet another good thing for the game. If I press square, similar to my triangle, as you can see on the screen now I've got triangle square, but because it's my attack, if I press and hold square, it brings up the opponent's items. And what I can do, I can actually target one of its items. So basically, you see, the tactic would be either, and the way my strategy does it, and I'm going to show it now, look, it's telling me to do the shields. So if you press that and press R2, all your attacks will take energy off its shields before anything else. So the tactics are, press square, press R2 to knock its shields off, and then what I do, I press R1 to knock its drives off. Then throughout the go, it can't walk and it can't put shields up, so you've really got it over a barrel. So there's different tactics and different ways. So we're now doing the shield, so let's give it a fire on the L1. And as you see, that does quite a bit of damage. I'll raise my shields, and then we can start getting some nodes. So let's fill these repair nodes. I think it's time to take these blues off, because these are coolant and I don't want my machine to overheat. So that's filled that up. Oh, here we are. This is another thing you're going to learn. A new node has appeared. Now what this is are scrap nodes, and it says match 3 just like you do. Now scrap is basically currency for buying said upgrades and weapons and stuff for your mechs later on. And in the game, when you start from complete scratch, you've got one mech, you've got one, you see the lady in question who I am in the top corner, you've got one of her, but there are 3 others to unlock that have different traits, different things that you can do. So here we go. I think I've finished. I'll start walking, use my last walk. I can also repair something, so always repair your defences, because that's important, and hand over the turn. Now, what you might see in a minute, because I will start one of the games so you can get the actual crux and the, you know, the structure of the entire game, but let me just set the walk why I can waste a go. Let me use my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I'm going to use that one. So let's get the oranges out of the way to then fill up on ammo. This one's another important one. When I said at the beginning, guys, the reason I like this game because it's so full and got loads more to do than the basic kind of these games. But this one's another node. It's called an overdrive node. What it is, it says these can be matched with 2 or more of any other colour. You basically run over it when you use one of the other nodes. And then what it does, and it says all systems have a small natural chance of getting an overdrive boost, but once you've collected an overdrive node, the very next system you activate gets one. So basically, on the left side of the board there, let me just see. So if I use, right, if I go over a node in my turns, on the left side there where you get the 3 nodes, they'll light up. So if I then say raise the shields, in the top left corner where the shield is and you see the white dot, that white dot will be green. That's an extra boost. Now if I choose to fire a weapon, that will give it extra power for that shot. So them nodes are like just an extra bonus for whichever you choose, basically. And it's just showing you there, look where they go. So let me, I'll tell you what, why I've got, green's the only one I've got, so let me take this node off and then you will see. No, I'll go this way. Yeah, we'll go this way. So if I take that off, you'll see the green nodes lit up, so the very next thing I use, it's going to give me a bonus. So if I raise my shields, it'll go green, or if I fire the weapon, it'll be extra power. And I'm going to fire my weapon and use it there. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to use my shield, because I'll show you there. As you see in the top corner, look, it's put a green node on my shield, which is more powerful, more stronger. But I've also got a chance now to fire my weapon. And I have got a chance to fire it again, or repair. I'm going to repair my drive. And I think that should be the end of my turn, but I can repair one of the others, so let me repair my main weapon and pass over. So you basically got in that 10-15 minute intro there, that is how the game works mechanically. Everything about the game is what you've just seen. So at the start of my go, again, I put shields up straight away. That is the most important one, and then I can start filling the nodes as usual. See, I'm pretty low on everything as well, so, and the boards can get really, and this is a cool one. I've actually missed one thing. This is the last one I think of all the lot, and this is called a link node. This is really clever. This can boost you. As you can see, I'm struggling to get stuff, but what this does, guys, is really cool, because what this does is let me, well, I'll show you. It's easy to show you instead of reading and doing it, so let me just show you how it works. Right, the way this link node works is basically, I can start, say, using these purples. In fact, I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do. So I'll start using the purples, I finish on the link node, but it then lets me carry on to another colour. Now if I want, look, I can go back up there and then use that other link node to carry on that colour. So basically it just lets you link two colours together, which then gives you a way more things. So let me just collect these greens, because I can have a good go here. You see now what's happened, and I'm terrible for doing this, I am awful. I forget my 3 turns have gone, and you see my overheating coolant, completely forgot that, should have used it, and now I've wasted it. But I also, something else I always forget, keep checking, because my R2 and my individual weapons now 0, so I've killed his shields, so I'm now going to press R1, so my attack now will attack his drive. So hopefully that takes some points off his drive and should stop him moving, and it has done. If I look in there, look, his drive's now moved, so I've done the best thing I can do. I've killed his movement and I've killed his shield. So it'll basically be the next turn will be just to try and finish him off. But he should repair himself now, I guess. So right, let's swim on to all. There's no really point wasting goes on raising the shield, because the best thing I can do now is just literally get these purples, and it should let me fire straight away, and this should be the end actually. And it is. So I have killed him. Now hopefully I'm going to be able to get you. If I join in my game, you're going to see in a minute though, you're going to see me that's played this for quite some time, that's got a lot of upgrades, got better ships, got better mechs and everything, and I'm not going to be able to show you from the beginning. What I will say, guys, you've just seen this for 20 minutes, and I'd be surprised if you're not, well, not impressed, but you're quite surprised on what it is. An even bigger surprise, it's £8 in the store. So £8 of anybody's money is crazy. So anyway, what was I going to say? It says survive the bombing attack. Many of your colleagues in the consortium were not so lucky. I'll take more bombing to London to kill this. I was told to make repair. Oh, this is the. Yeah, this is important actually. This is the basic screen. What you're going to see now fill up is the basic tutorial of what happens at the end of each game, and you will see now basically. It says there's a repair button. Look on the left. Now normally, if you've took damage, you have to use your. In the top, and this is going to explain it, but I can do it quicker. In the top screen where you see the hexagonal, the gold 100 is the scrap I was telling you about. Now that scrap is used to repair. So say if I'd lost half my energy there, I would tap health and it would fill up using the currency of gold or scrap to do that. Now the next one above it is workshop. Now in there, this is where you buy extra weapons, extra power-ups, again using the scrap. So this is where the payoff is. When you're in the game, yes, you need scrap to spend and currency, but you also need to do your attack, because if you don't, you can't finish the go. But what you will see, to start each game you get quests, like mini quests. It tells you to go and do this, that and the other, and they give you bonuses, they give you XP because you can level up and things like that. So let's just get through this, because like I say, on the right is your weapons, your 4 weapons that you can see, and basically again you will get drops later, you will get things that you bought, and you can upgrade, and it literally is like an RPG. You'll go into that menu, you'll press it, and you'll have bought a weapon or got a drop, and it'll have statistics like I showed you earlier, and it will also then have just an upgrade. So your next weapon you'll get will say shield's got 50% better protection. So it, like I say, it's got everything, and I can't believe this is £8. I really can't. XP levels you up. Now what I will say from my experience, I've played this a lot, I've probably played about 8-10 hours now. I'm hopefully going to be able to show you a map. These things it's showing you now are that hexagonal is when you level up on the left with the 1, that big thing in the middle gets a 1, and what they are things like, the best way I can describe them are like perks, like a card system perk. You'll get, once you've got 1 from leveling, you'll have 3 choices. It'll say something like XP raises by 5%, or your gun will do 5% more damage. So it is like a perk on top of things, and they light up in the bottom and things like that. And also that's telling you you can, again, that's what they are. They're the things like perks for the weapon side, so you can have your weapon do better damage or whatever. So it's got a lot going for it. Now what I will say, I'm hopefully going to get you to the game. I want you to, and this is it, I'm hoping now we're going to get to the crux. That there in the top corner is your mission. So here we are, look, I've now got my reticle, so I can actually show you some stuff quickly before I get you to the game. So once you've got stuff like projectile weapons, energy weapons, defense, drives and ironcasts, and these on the ironcast upgrades are quite simply exactly what I've said. A little armour upgrade. These are like perks, but you can't spend them because I need 500 scrap. And there we are. So that's that side. If I go across here and press that, again look, this is giving us weapons, energy weapons. That's just 4 basic things that we've got. Now if I show you, if I press that, look, it gives us that's basically a compare screen when we get extra drops. So I can't really show you anything now, but what I am going to show you is what the game is. So this is the game screen. We've finished repairing a ship, it's full, it's on 595.90, I've done all that. So we now start by selecting mission. And this is the game. So in the game, you've got 3 choices, so we can press that, and in the right hand button, look, it will tell you that it's a battle, it's a medium difficulty, it's in Crawley, we're going to get a reward of 145, we're going to get scrap 530, and we're going to get 4,700 XP. Now there's one thing that it doesn't stress a lot on, and when I started playing this earlier, I was really struggling with this. It says turn limit 6 turns. If you don't kill them by the 6th turn, they'll just take you back to the shop and say we're running out, and all them
Evening
assets,
Todd, emoji smiling face with open mouth.
all them assets there that you get in the rewards, you'll lose them because you've not killed it in 6 turns. Okay, so it just says, following a bombing of several our key military installations, convoy of steam tanks have moved into position. However, there's one steam tank that has become isolated. Destroy it within the turn limit. If the turn limit is reached, the enemy will receive reinforcements. At that point, the location and this mission will be lost. So I'll just come out and show you the others. 700 civilians, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. They're just basic 3 missions, and they're all pretty similar early on in the piece. Now, the big important thing that I'm not going to be able to show you because it's quite a long time, and I only learned this last night because I actually finally got to it. This little thing here is the boss. And it says that. Now, I didn't know that was the boss until last night. Now, what I thought for hours upon hours, that was where I was starting. I thought that was me. And these were just missions, and in the corner it says missions completed. So then I was doing this for hours and hours. Then last night I actually was playing that well. I completed all the missions, and the only thing left was this. And I actually went to fight a boss, and it was a giant mech, and I stood no chance. So I now know the basics of the game. So let's show a mission, and we'll go, what can we do? Yeah, we'll take this one. Just basically now, guys, you're going to see the crux of the game, and I'll play it to the end so you can see the rewards and the way that works. So I'm going to stay quiet. I'm going to play it. If you've got any questions, say it, speak it, and we'll go. But I might obviously just add a few things if I notice anything. Basically, she just says a load of bumps that's not really that important, and I usually skip them now. So we kick off. and I haven't got kind of a regime. I've also told you that, or forgot to mention, that your mech when you start, and again you unlock different mechs, better mechs, more powerful mechs later on. If you notice the active abilities in the middle up here above the 3, it's flashing so I can use it. Now if I press and hold up, it'll explain what that one is. And it says a signature Ironcast ability. It fires a spread of 6 small missiles for 10% of the system's maximum health is damaged. Now what it does, each mech that you use has got a trait or an ability, and you lock extra abilities. So there are 4 different character mechs that you get to play with that have different active abilities to start with. So it's kind of different character base really. So right, let's kick off then. Let's crack on with this and let's get some stuff done. That was a good go, that was, for a kick-off. What I'm also going to do, I'll tell you what I tend to do playing this now. I normally have 2 goes, fill in the best stuff I've got, and then I study the board. As you can see, I've got the link node, so I can use 2 things, which is a good go. So now we can start raising shields, but what I also forgot to do straight at the beginning, which is important, don't forget to target their shields first. And I am now going to raise my shields with a green one in the top corner to give me 20%. I'm also going to start walking. Don't forget, walking, movement, gives you less chance to be hit when he's firing at you. So now I want some power, which is orange. So let's get rid of these, and this will be my last go before I can do anything. One other thing I've got to mention, guys, if you also notice that the very first turn that you get, your weapons are charging. You never get to fire your weapons straight away. So what I like to do is actually use that active ability to kick off with, just to get a little bit of damage done. So there we are. There's nothing else I can do. Well, I can actually, and I'm going to do it. Raise my shields again. There's also, you don't have to use them points if you don't want. You can save them till the next round. I normally like to have my shields full, so when I hand over to him, I'm pretty defended up. I mean, it's a pretty simple one. He's only on 200 health. You can see the damage there was only 2 and 6, which is pretty low. And again, 2 again. That's all down to me walking double and things. Now you'll immediately notice it's my go, because I've saved some resources from last time. I can already fire before even having my go. So I'm going to fire the big one first. Do a bit more damage. This should be a really easy one, and I can even fire again, which I'm going to, because I've not even used any goes. And he's basically going to drop dead in a minute. So he's already said I've killed his shield, so we'll kill his drive. And to be honest, if I fill these purples up right here, I think his days are numbered straight away. And I'm going to fire, and this should kill him. So there you go. Pretty easy first off. It's an easy entry level. It's early stuff, but I've won. But now you'll get to see my rewards and stuff. Let's get rid of this. We don't need that. There's all your rewards, look. All your XP, all your stuff for winning the thing. And hopefully it might level me. It might not. It has done. Which good. You'll get to see this. So that's the level. And press triangle will give me this thing I told you about. So I can either choose the first one, which is boost the accuracy of all weapons by 5%. Instantly repairs most damaged subsystems to 100. Now that's a real good one. I am going to pick that without even looking at the third one. I'm going to pick that. So that's like a little extra ability. I've also got blueprints of this, and hopefully, which I'm not going to be able to, because I'm going to show you one of my gripes in a minute, which is a pain in the ass. We're going to get back to the battle screen. As you see, you always return to this screen when you've finished your go. Now what you will notice, look, I've got a bit of damage, so I've got to spend 10 points to repair it. Let me tell you now, 100% if you're playing this, whatever you do, do not waste money in the workshop. You have to have full health to go into battle, because you will get your ass handed to you quite easily. Always be at full health. So the very first thing I do is fill it. I am going to show you into the workshop to show you what we've done. This is the drop of the energy weapon. That's what we've picked up. Now if I press comparison, you will see, look, that the thing I picked up is a common energy weapon. It's the Shock Coil Mark II. Now its average damage is 114. Now if you go down and see my common energy weapon on the right, which is the same weapon, that damage is only doing 77. So it's a brilliant thing to have. It's nearly doubling my attack. However, you'll notice in the corner there it says 750 scrap. I haven't got 750 scrap. Now every single item basic costs 750, and the times I've got to this workshop and not been able to upgrade is madness. But I could spend 500 in here if I want to increase my armor, and I'm going to, because again that will increase your health, which is really important in this game. So that basically is me done in this section, because I've bought no extra items. So then I'll go to the mission screen and we'll go to another mission. You must destroy enemy Ironcast in location, stealing our defences. Let's just see if there's any specials. The enemy attacks in location 2 separate points, one by an Ironcast and one by a steam tank. You must decide which you will engage. So I'll just show you this one. It's a double one, you get a choice. And again, there's little things like mini quests and different things. Later on in the game you get things on the board like the quest is not to kill the thing but to collect resources, and there'll be like boxes or barrels on the screen and you have to collect them in your go. Basically, Ironcast, you've seen they're the main mechs. I will fight the steam tank just to show you one of the different weapons that you come across, and we're away. And its basic premise again, let's attack his shields. Quick study of the board shows me that I will probably be better going with purple. I'm going to save that node till later. I can go across here, get that to get the orange. Yep, let's do that. Let me start walking. Don't forget I need shields, really urgent to get shields, because if you've got no shields working you can really struggle and lose a lot of damage early on. Not doing too well on this board. I will say, just let's look at this board. It's completely different to the others that you've seen. It's a bit of a crappy one. Not good at all if I'm being truthful. That is a really crap board, I've got to say, and this is where the game can be punishing. I'm going to raise my shields because that's not raised yet. I've got one turn. Let me just see what that does. What does that do? Instant repairs most damage substance to 100% health with much. That's good. I don't think I've got any damage yet, have I? No, obviously. I need some orange and I've got none. But I can use this. And that will let me raise my shield. Don't forget it's the first round. I've also used 2 nodes that's given me 2 green things, so that's a bit of a bonus. I can fire that off straight away from my first go. It's done a bit of damage and we hand over. And if you also notice, he's got quite a bit more health. He's got 450 damage. Luckily he's missed, and I'm guessing that's because I've got really good shields. I'm walking. So let's get, I can already fire. I'm tempted to fire. Oh shit, I tell you what though, look how crap that is. I've got to use one of my goes here to get rid of some of this. So I can try and get some good stuff on the board. Fire that weapon off. Yeah, that's not bad. I've got 2 more goes. I need some orange again. There is not much there, but if I use my... I'm trying to think the best way to attack this. No, let's go back. If I use that way, get that and pick that up, I can then get some... Got the orange, I need green, don't I? Let's take the green. Oh no, go back. I didn't realise I'd done that, so I can even get the blues. Oh yeah, that was a cracking go, that was. Look at that. So, let's get some shields up. I should have actually used walk there, that was a wasted go, that was stupid. And this is a thing I do a lot in this game. Press a button without thinking, without engaging the brain. So, now I'll start to walk, because movement is as good as shields. We'll do 2 of them, and I think that'll be enough. And let's fire the big weapon to finish with, I think. Yep, that was a cracking hit. I can do some repairs. No, I can't, because I've not got enough energy. So that's my go thing. Now also don't forget, a little bit of a quick note in the top corner, don't forget, I only got 5 turns to kill him. So again, I'll tell you what though, let's get rid of these purples, there's a load of these. Let's clear this board. Let's get these oranges. Let's raise shields and walk. And let's lay a fire on him. And let's lay another fire on him while we're here. Oh, what it missed, you. Ah. Tell you what I'm going to do though, on my last go, I think we'll get rid of these coolant nodes because there is a lot of them. A hell of a lot. I'm trying to think the best way to go. Yeah, that'll be a nice one. Now, what I could do, I'm saying I can repair, but I've not got a lot to repair, so I'm not going to bother. His shields are down, so let's attack his movement and change the go. He's not done a lot, you see, because he's really struggling with his health. I'm guessing he's repaired some of his stuff. So, what can we do? Shall we get rid of some scrap and get... Yeah, that is a really crappy go though, isn't it? We've got no power and we haven't got a lot of them either. God, this is a crap board again. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to get rid of some of the scrap, I think. See what it can give me. That's not bad actually. Let's start here. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. And that. I actually wasted that switch, but I'm not bothered. Because the thing is, I've only got one left as well. I cannot risk of... Yeah, I've got way more health, so I might as well take the orange. And I'll also raise my shields by one and pass over to him. He's repaired, look, he's just added 73 health and a fire off. He's just repaired his defences again, you see, so what I will do for my first go is go back to his shields to switch them back on. We can start walking, which is really important. Let me have a free hit with that one. Yeah, that's a corker. We need some purples, don't we? So let's take some of them. Let's give it a fire. Oh yeah, it's going to be all over in a minute. I think it could be all over now, actually. Indeed it is. And there you have it. You've seen basically, guys, now the game in its... I'll say in its entirety. It's not really in its entirety because it gets harder, it gets better, and the good stuff is when you get drops and weapons. And my task is to actually try and beat the boss man. If you look at that as well, because I've leveled up twice, I've got 2 perks I can use, and I've also got 2 more weapons I can get, and I've also got 1,000 scrap, which you should now be able to see me. Your Ironcast is repaired instantly for 50 HP. That will do for one. Take the second one. Link nodes spawn twice as fast. If you complete a match of 10 or more, you get 25 chance of a link node spawning. Yeah, let's take that one. And what you'll see now, guys, is I will go and spend something in the workshop just to show you how it all works for your power-ups. And this is, like I say, it just makes the game for me. I think it's brilliant. £8 in the store. Right, I've only got a bit to repair, but even so, I will still use that because I've still got 947 scrap lot, which is going to let me now buy one of these things that I've got. So I can either get a better drive, which gives me a 21% chance of evasion, and the other one was only 15, so that's a 6% increase, or I can go and get a better weapon, which basically it's a common projectile weapon, so it's going to go from 105 to 128. So I've got to weigh up, is it better to get my drive better or my weapons better? And I'm going to say my drive gives me a better option. So I'm going to buy that. I'm going to come out of that menu and you're going to see now how you put it on. Just buying them doesn't put them on. You've got to go across to your weapons. You then press triangle to do your compare 21. So you go down to this one, press square, and it's equipped. Now the drives equip automatically. If I would have picked a weapon one, you have to actually choose weapon B or weapon A and swap them. Can be a little confusing because you've got to read where it says, if I go back here, where it says common projectile weapon, obviously that's firing projectiles as in your rockets. That one fires energy like you saw the spark, the electricity. Just be careful you don't change them. I like to have one of each. But that's it. And that's basically the game, guys, in the thing. But I can carry on now, leveling up. Now what I want to say as well, even though I've been playing the game a lot, if I was to die here, I would then go back to the beginning, but any unlocks that I'd unlocked, such as new ships, or anything like that, new Ironcasts or anything like that, they always progressively stay there. You don't start completely from scratch. Yes, the game does, the levels, the quests do, and basically where it says number of days left, 7 days there, I've learnt last night when I got to the boss, you've got to come and do these quests. It says missions completed, look how long you've been playing. But when them days get down to 1, that's when only the boss will be left. Like that. And you go and fight the boss. And there's no point fighting the boss yet. And if you actually look, I've just remembered, it says 7 days remaining anyway. So you've got to literally keep playing mini quests, powering yourself up, getting good drops, getting things like that, to then get to the boss. I've not beat him yet, I can't wait to do so. I won't spoil it by saying what he's like or what you have to do to beat him. Let me just say he's hard, and I didn't last too long with him, and I know now I've got to really level up properly to get to him. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to stop it there. I've talked all the way through this just basically to get you guys into the game that you probably wouldn't look at. So hopefully you have enjoyed that little bit of a walkthrough. I'm going to stick this on YouTube, I think, anyway. Or actually, it will stay on YouTube, so I'll point the links off the website. So that's me done. If you don't know who I am, it's Toz from CrankyGamersUK.net. We do a weekly podcast every Sunday. Go to the Cranky Gamers UK channel on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Tozol, Tozol. Send any friends requests on either the PlayStation TOZ6666 or at Tozol for the Xbox. That's about it, guys. Come and follow, come and subscribe, all that jazz. Hope you've enjoyed this half an hour, 40 minutes walkthrough of Ironcast, which I think it'd be a crime if people didn't get to look at it. And for £8, it's a no-brainer. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and hopefully, guys, I should do this again sometimes this week. I think I've got a lot to get through. So thanks for watching, guys. I shall speak to you all soon. Cheers.